Well, by and large, it is a party which is based upon business interests. They get through big business, they get far more subsidies than the poor do. As a matter of fact, we have a situation in the United States where they believe we should have socialism for the rich and free enterprise for the poor.
Well, of course, the thing about holiday programs
nice thing about the Republican Party. Every 4 years, after denigrating the poor amongst themselves and referring to them as freeloaders, and I have many quotes here from Ronald Reagan and Richard Nixon on the subject, and making fun of the minority groups with lovely little remarks. And every 4 years, you get this sort of crocodile tears for the poor people because they need their vote. Well, I don't think they're going to vote for any of your candidates unless by some terrible accident the Democrats get hopelessly split at Chicago, in which case Richard Nixon might well be the next president, and I shall make my occasional trips to Europe longer.
Yes, I think a lot of people hope you will. Now, it is quite true that Reagan is capable of talking about freeloaders, so am I, because there are freeloaders. I say the Republican Party is here to do a responsible job. To suggest that they are simply here as an instrument of the exploitation of the people is to engage in a diseased kind of analysis, which increasingly Mr. Vidal finds to his liking. Fortunately, this is not a national concern. Perhaps the Republican Party should have a platform on how to deal with Vidal. If absolutely necessary, I will write it for them. But,
yes,
but meanwhile...
Meanwhile, you have written lately of your intimacy with Reagan and with Nixon, and that you've discussed the Vietnam War with them, and that you are satisfied with their position. Now, since you are in favor of the nuclear bombing of North Vietnam, I'd be very worried about your odd kind of neurosis being a friend of anybody who might be a president.
Well, I would be very worried, too, if you had such a grand guignol view, but... I never advocated for the nuclear bombing of North Vietnam.
Oh, you have. I'll give you time and place if it amuses you.
Well, you won't.
No, I will.
No,
Bill, don't step away from the record. You suggested the atom bombing of North Vietnam in your little magazine, which I do not read, but I'm told about, on February 23rd, 1968.
Now, Mr. Vidal, who boasts of not reading something he is prepared to misquote in the presence of the person who edits it.
Now, Billy Buckley, the quotation is exact. The quotation is exact.
No, we all know your tendency is to be feline, Mr. Vidal.
Yes.
But wow, okay. Just relax for a moment and think very simply on this. I have not advocated for... I'm not horrified at the prospect
I just quoted whole sentences to you, when and where. Are you saying you didn't say it?
I'm saying I didn't say it.
Tune in this time tomorrow.
We
shall have further evidence of Bill Buckley's cold warrior turned hot.
Yes, and about the human greed of everybody in the world except yourself. Tomorrow we'll have what Mr. Vidal thinks about the Kennedys.
Good night, and let me tell you...
Excuse me, gentlemen. It's been very enjoyable hearing you articulate 2 points of view. Thank you very much indeed.